All right, today is October the 14th, 2015, and we're watching the infrared loop for the Northeast Pacific. And today in Los Angeles, we had very cloudy skies. It looked like it was going to rain. We had rain clouds, and it did not rain, but there was plenty of chemtrails being sprayed over the tops of the rain clouds. And that's why we didn't have any rain. They were spraying all day long. Um, Currently, right now, we have about 62% relative humidity. The dew point is right around that same, it's about 62 degrees, the dew point right now. It's almost the same as the relative humidity. And we have 30.00 inches on the barometer, which is, that's dropped a little bit. This morning was 30.07. Yesterday it was 30.07. And the day before, on the 12th, it was 30.03. So uh, the pressure is rising and also is on a lowering trend now as this low pressure moves towards Los Angeles. Now, it's very strange that the barometric pressure should rise when we have low pressure approaching Los Angeles. And I've also noticed that when large hurricanes are moving up the coast from down near Baja, they move up category 3 and 4 hurricanes, and the pressure uh, rises significantly in Los Angeles when these hurricanes approach, and that is very, very strange. So that indicates to me that we've got man-made manipulation going on for sure to create artificial high pressure to block, these hurricanes, and that's exactly what they do. They create high pressure with the HARP transmitter, and then they re-steer these hurricanes off to the east, or they direct them out to sea, back out into the Pacific Ocean. So that's just something I wanted to share. If you have a barometer and you live in the area or wherever you live, keep an eye on the barometer every day. You may notice some interesting things connected with the weather, and that's how I started this whole research project about 4 years ago. I just started with a barometer, trying to figure out how these chemtrails were being the formula and why they were spraying and when, and I figured it all out. They spray at specific times, and that's a lot of people don't understand that when they spray, it's because there is a weather approaching. All right, let's take a look at some of these maps. Let's look at the water vapor loop. We can see that low pressure moving right towards Los Angeles, right here. And this, like I say, this should be dumping rain over the last 2 or 3 days, but nothing has fallen yet. Got a very large low pressure up here. There's a transmitter on that, winding hot air right into the core. We've got a hot air sandwich right here. That's being created by a phased array radar right here. And that is preventing this moisture field here from merging with this moisture field right here in this low. And also the jet stream is being cut off by this transmitter right here. We can see that. And we can see the same thing on the jet stream map. The flow from the jet stream comes down and around, and then it moves back up and around. So we'll take a look at that. Also, we've got this tropical disturbance down here with a 90% chance of hurricane formation. That's being blown apart. And we got tropical depression Nora right here. And some of those cells are also being blown apart. This one here, and over here today, they were blowing these apart all day long. All right, let's go ahead and look at the East Pacific, and we get a close-up of this disturbance right here. Very, very good blast pattern right here. Excellent example of a blast pattern. They hit the core right up here, and we can see water vapor shooting out to the east. That area is heated so quickly that literally chunks of water vapor and cloud are flying out of the core of that system. That's a large system, so they're hitting it not only up here, but down here we can see a similar event, which was probably earlier in this video loop where we didn't catch that, but here we can see it pretty well. And then we see the icicle blast pattern on the one edge there, and also out here. And the same thing out here. In fact, right here we can see a great example of a blast pattern right here. We got water vapor shooting out to the east here on that sequence. Let's look at the infrared loop. You can see what happens right here after it's hit. The whole area is cleared. You can actually see ocean down through there. Okay. And the same thing here. We can see that core being destroyed, and it just goes away. All right, here's the southwest. We're looking at Southern California. Los Angeles is right there. A lot of clouds and chemtrails and no rain. So my forecast is we're not going to see any rain because this is going to pass over probably in about the next couple of hours, and then we've got all this dry air right behind it. If you go back to the big map here, we can see that right here. This will pass right over, and this is all dry air. I hope I'm wrong about this, but I don't see how we're going to get rain out of this if they don't turn that thing off here. We should have been having rain the last 2 days. All right. Here is the rainbow loop for the southwest. You can see these bands of rain moving through. Okay, here's the National Hurricane Center map. We've got that disturbance identified here, 90% chance of hurricane formation in 2 days. All right, and so we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go back to the, this is the Central Pacific. We're watching, this is the Hawaiian Islands here, and this is Tropical Depression Nora. And we can see that this storm here is being blown apart right here. Big blast pattern there. That's being destroyed by microwave. We got a HARP transmitter right up here that is clearing that whole area to keep Hawaii safe. It's very unlikely that Hawaii will ever be hit by a hurricane again because of all this exposure. The fact that they know that we know that they can control the weather and they can steer hurricanes. Obviously, they can destroy storms. If they allow a hurricane to go right over Hawaii or anywhere else in the U.S., we're going to know, like I've said in a couple of videos past, that that was deliberate. And they know that, and they know that we know that, and so they're in a corner now. They have to produce good results. But unfortunately, they're doing other things besides good results. And they're preventing rain in California, and that's got to stop. So everyone watching this, tell your friends to tune in and start talking about this stuff. You know, this is pretty important stuff. The price of food goes up. The availability of fresh water goes down because of these man-made catastrophes. And cities are without water. Porterville, for instance, Porterville, California. It's an agricultural area up here in the Central Valley, in the San Joaquin Valley, right up here. That's where a large fraction of the nation's food is grown. Fruits and vegetables are grown in California, and grapes for wine and all that. So when they're spraying chemicals, that's going to affect not only the rain, but obviously the trees and the plants and everything get affected by those nanoparticulate aluminums and magnesium and all the rest of it. All right, here is the infrared loop for the west coast. And we can see there's quite a bit of moisture there, but a lot of chemtrails. There was someone reporting, leaving a comment that up in Sacramento they're spraying real heavily, and that makes perfect sense because not only we've got this system, but we've got this huge system here. And so they've got probably a HARP transmitter. We can see what's happening here. We got high pressure, clockwise movement again. So we got the low right in the middle of a high. Let's go back to that right here. So that's going to be interesting to see what they do here with that. Okay. All right, here is the surface analysis map, and we can see what's happening here. We've got 3 lows within this low pressure spinning, and this is identified as a gale. We've got 2 of them here. And here we've got a warm front right in the middle of these 2 cold fronts. So that's rather strange. And a warm front right here. And this is the low that's moving in offshore into Los Angeles. Okay, now the jet stream. Take a look at that. And it comes down and it's cut off. We were looking at that here a minute ago. They've cut this off with that HART transmitter. And so it's broken up, but then moves up and across Canada. And we have low pressure indicated right here, but no rain. So we'll just keep an eye on things, and we will do an update. Maybe, well, for sure tomorrow. I couldn't get one out yesterday, but I do have another video that of the skies I want to post. It's a very interesting shot of a huge thunderhead that looks like they were blowing it apart out over the San Fernando Valley, towards like over Tehachapi, north of the San Fernando Valley. Anyway, I'll try to get that posted, and we'll do another update later. Okay, that's it.